Hey guys, it's Chris from Smithy Finance. It's February 25th, and here is the midday market report. Man, it's an ugly one. If your portfolio looks anything like mine, it is a screeching red day, crap everywhere. So I'm pretty heavy in commodities and Bitcoin, and there's been no relief. So let's just go through the numbers a bit. Bitcoin's at 86,827 right now. That's down about 8%, 7,400 after being weak. You know, I started this channel about a month ago and Bitcoin was at 105. And here we are at 87, and I've been kind of singing its praises every day. So it goes, man. The market never cooperates with your best plans. Now, the other cryptos, of which I play none of them, Ethereum, Solana, Cardano, and so forth, they're down worse, much more. But that doesn't make it any better. But just to keep things in perspective, it's ugly all around. Gold, oil, silver, all down big. Uranium crap as always. It's just a rough day if you're in those areas. If you're in the financials, if you're heavy in bank stocks or whatever, you have no idea what I'm talking about. You're doing fine. But there's some real bleeding going on. Big, heavy red. Let's go through a few things. Yeah, so we've got, as I look at my screen, it's almost all red. We've got oil down $1.60 right now, which takes us to 68.83. Gold is down 43, silver down 80 cents, copper down 4 cents, palladium down another 22 after getting crushed yesterday. The good news is that because of this weakness, we had a very weak consumer confidence number today. We've had the 10-year bond come down. It now yields 4.3%. That's a moderate positive and should help us out over time. Strategy, MicroStrategy is at 250. That was probably 350 when I started the channel. I bought back a little bit today. I mentioned on Friday that I was getting smaller because the market was looking scary to me. I've bought back a little bit of it, but not that much. 250 was my price. Seems really cheap. I did buy some IBIT today, and I'll probably buy some more the next few days as a cheap entry or addition to my Bitcoin holdings. Now, look, I mean, it can go lower for sure. It can be down, it can go to 80, 75,000, maybe to 70. I suspect that would be the very bottom. And I'm buying now because I doubt it gets much weaker. This is not a joke. The network, the Bitcoin network, the computing network is massive. And the hash rate is very high, meaning there's still, so much interest in it. The hash rate only goes up, and which indicates it's usually a leading indicator of the price. So I don't think it's going to stay down here, but for sure we can go lower. I talk about the pro traders, the guys that work at Goldman Sachs and all the big banks around the world. They will hop on anything that looks weak and they'll short the crap out of it. It's easy money for them. They'll just pound it, pound it, pound it, and eventually there'll be a turn and they'll have to cover, and we'll get a nice rally out of it. But we could go lower for sure before that happens. Nvidia's down a couple of percent. The other stocks that I'm following, Reddit down 3%. Tesla's down 8% today. Super microcomputer, SMCI, that's down 9%. The gold stocks in general are down. I'll just check the indexes for you. Yeah, down 1.8%. The energy 1.7%. So that includes the safest ones. If you're in the smaller ones like me, they're all down 4, 5, 6, 7%. It's there's a lot of blood on the streets. So look, if you're playing with margin, if you're playing with leverage, you've got to really be careful. This is where it can knock you out of the game. And I have two rules of thumb. One, lose less, And the second one is survival. And on days like today, it's almost like survival. You have to, especially if you're leveraged, you have to be able to suffer the margin calls, and you've got to be able to hopefully take advantage of things that are on sale. And if you're just trying to cover margin losses, then that's not a good place to be. So we've got to really pay attention. Like I said, Friday I was doing some selling. Yesterday I did some buying and some selling on both sides. Today I did some selling. Few of my stocks, especially the gold stocks, were basically flat, down 1 or 2% on the open or at the beginning of the day. I sold them, and as I said, I'm just nibbling away on some of the Bitcoin miners, on some of the Bitcoin ETFs and MicroStrategy. I'm not touching the miners. I'm pretty sure that the cost to mine a Bitcoin is about 87,000. And that's where we are right now at about 87,000. So they're not making any money at all. And most of them hold Bitcoin on their balance sheet. So that's going down. So they got a double whammy. As I mentioned, I do own some. I haven't sold it. Probably should be, but I haven't. But I'm certainly not adding at this point. I'd really much rather add the safer ones. Is MicroStrategy, is that a safer one? I don't know, maybe, but I'll put my next bid in at about 240 or in that level. So look, survival, keep your margin under control and pick away during the sales. We could be lower tomorrow, but maybe not. Maybe we wake up and Bitcoin's back to 90 or 91,000. Could easily happen. But not easy, man. The game of trading takes real resilience. You've got to be able to handle some pain. You also need to have the psychological wherewithal to not let it ruin your life. It's just a day. It's another week in the markets. The markets will do this cyclically. Once or twice a year, you get pounded. Once every 3 or 4 years, there's a significant pounding that goes on much longer than you think. And once every 7 or 8 years, there's a crash. You just have to expect it and keep your powder dry for those times where you've got to be able to wheel in and wheel out and add to positions. And also, you can sell the position that's down 2% to buy the position that's down 7%. I'm blabbering a bit here, but you get the idea. Hang in there. I'll do another update tomorrow. Hopefully, it'll be a happier day. But, don't let it destroy you. Get out and have a workout. And I'll see you in the next one.